The Catholic Church was established directly by Jesus Christ. We have the church that Christ said, "You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church." God is the author of this church. Jesus Christ is his holy and perfect bridegroom. And the Holy Spirit sustains the church and gives us life through the sacraments that we receive. We need grace. We are not perfect. Only Christ is perfect. But his graces are part of that growth in us, that path to help us to achieve perfection. And for those sacraments and for that grace, we need priests.
When I listen to Pope Francis talk about priesthood, it really does fill me with a kind of a renewed appreciation for the gift that I've been able to share, especially when he talks about being anointed to serve our people, to help carry one another. It really mentions how being a priest or priesthood itself is not something that's just useful. It's necessary.
One time that Father George helped was there was something that I needed to confess, and I just remember I wasn't scared to talk to him about it, and I thought to myself, that really must be what Jesus was like.
Father Laverne Meyer, who's now retired, and he was one of our first pastors, and he is the person who brought me back to the Catholic faith. So I have great admiration and thanks for him.
I had the blessing and fortunate experience of being with Father Greg. I'm on the retreat where he discovered that the Lord was calling him to the priesthood.
When I was 14 years old and I heard that talk about the priesthood, I just decided, Mother, that's for me. And I haven't had one moment of regret or doubt or hesitation since.
Monsignor Schmelzer was really a focus of why I'm a priest today. He was the encouragement.
Father Gerald Fitzpatrick heard my first confession. I kind of looked up to him, and he's helped nurture my vocation.
I finally entered seminary because I realized what a true blessing and opportunity that is to be able to live as a priest and serve as a priest, and the amount of impact you can have on people's lives is truly touching and inspiring.
Like popes and bishops say, if there isn't a priest, there isn't the Eucharist, and if there isn't the Eucharist, there isn't the church. And I know in St. Joseph's in Gratiot, because of our priest, we had the Eucharist, and we had our church.
Pope Francis talks a lot about the four pillars of priestly formation: the human, the intellectual, the spiritual, and the pastoral. The priests that have come through are well prepared and well trained. You can see that they're getting a great training and formation in the seminaries that they're attending.
What's been a gift being here with the Madison guys is that we all recognize that we're going to be back in the same diocese, and very likely many of us are going to be brother priests for the rest of our lives. This really helps provide an opportunity for us to really get to know each other.
It is really fun to encounter that human dimension of the priests of our diocese, the interests that they have, the hobbies that they share.
Father Garrett is really good at cooking, and I know he told us when he first came that he was good, but until you actually eat his food, then you realize it's amazing.
Especially I think of our Vicar General, Monsignor Jim Bartilla, and his love of fast cars and kind of his dream to see the Grand Prix in Monaco.
Father Greg, he's truly a man's man. I've gotten the chance to play basketball with him, talk sports, take a canoe trip up north.
I attribute a lot of, maybe the personal aspects that I carry with me in my, ministry and stuff. We're deeply rooted here on the farm, from raising cattle, with Dad, to helping him work in the fields, all these types of things. Were really critical to my formation in preparation for the priesthood.
Almost weekly you hear Pope Francis talking about the need for parish priests and the need for them to be here to bring holiness, to bring sacraments, to bring pastoral and compassionate care to people. He is talking about this all the time.
One of the most energizing things outside of prayer is getting to interact with parishioners or with the kids that I teach catechesis with.
Any young man aspires naturally to be a dad, a father, and many parishes have hundreds of families, and you're a father to all of these people.
Monsignor Schmelzer has a really great influence on me. We both have camaraderie around loving and serving the Lord, his experience and my inexperience.
There is nothing better than being able to go to your friends who are now priests and to have them hear your confession and to offer you the sacraments.
It's just getting out and really having an opportunity to live out this vocation that I think the Lord is calling me to, which is to minister to other people and to be an alter Christus, to be Christ to other people and to minister to others in that way.
The number and the increase of the number of candidates that have been ordained in the last 10 years, and then also the number of people that are coming forward right now indicates very strongly that the Holy Spirit is working, and it's good to see these people having courage to stand up and say, I think I've got a call.
The formation of our priests costs approximately $1 million a year, and we have so many men in our diocese who have responded to the call of God to be priests. So we're very blessed.
I think the biggest issue we're facing and providing for the future is the number of candidates we have, and to be able to do our part to help in their formation and development is really important, because if we don't, then we're not going to have priests. And I want my nieces and nephews, and I want St. Maria Goretti, and I want all the other parishes to have priests, and this is the way we do it. This is how we can contribute to this. It's up to us.
As I speak to you today, I've chosen to wear this particular pectoral cross, which is a second-class relic of St. John Paul. I'm wearing it today because I am turning in a very special way to St. John Paul to ask his blessings upon our seminarians, upon the seminarians of the future, and upon all of our enterprises which work together so that the formation, development of seminarians can take place. I ask you to open wide your hearts and, according to your means, to be as generous as possible in your support of our seminarian drive, so that looking far into the future, your children and your grandchildren will have the service available of really fine and holy priests. And so I repeat, I ask you from the heart, please be as generous as you possibly can. We have prayed fervently, especially through Eucharistic adoration, for an increase of vocations. God is generously answering our prayers. God has done his part. That's the hardest part. Let us not hesitate to do our part with great generosity. Thank you very much, and God bless you.